at that time. However, as a result of field survey, the average height of measurement equipment at atmospheric measurement station nationwide was 14 meters. So I already mentioned before fuzzy theory and another simulation using data mining. So this picture will show the measurement device. So in this area, dust 65, temperature 29, humidity 15%. So I made a device and checked the device outside, but it must consider weather condition, height condition, something like that. So the best height for measurement check is not less than 1.5 to 30 meters. But unfortunately, it is installed top of the building or roof of the apartment. So the height of measurement checkpoint is more than 20 meters. That makes big problem. So I already mentioned before, in order to produce optimal finders index, I use fuzzy rules. Conclusion. The Ministry of Environment recently analyzed the calculation data of 10 finders measuring stations and announced that about 60% of them had an error that existing atmosphere measurement concentration was higher. In order to accurately predict finders, the wind direction and measurement position must be correct. Finally, in this paper, in order to solve this problem was solved using fuzzy rule. In addition, this paper attempts to calculate the exact list of finders using fuzzy function belief value. That is the reference in this paper. Thank you, everyone.
Hello everybody, my name is Sungchul Yu at Yuhwa Women's University. The topic I'll be presenting today is something about digital outdoor advertising. So it's titled Digital Outdoor Advertising Decoration for the Metaverse Smart City. As you guys all pretty much interested in the concept of Metaverse nowadays, right? Metaverse, we usually believe Metaverse is something virtual and existing in the virtual world like video games. However, one interesting phenomenon out there is that virtual information like a logo data augment in the physical spaces like a smart city. So for example, like Singapore, they collect all the pedestrians' walking data and all the flow of energy, something like that. They gather all the information, especially geographic information, and then they analyze them for the better use work on smart city. So basically, smart city working like information services. Think about that. We have virtual space and we have real space. Somewhere in between, we see the augmented spaces or virtually augmented spaces. So basically, something in between are mixed reality. So what I'm emphasizing is that a smart city is working as a mixed reality. We all work around the city, but we are also virtually interacting with the cities, spaces, and virtual objects existing somewhere. So here's the interesting thing. Let's say we all generate information, and then somebody using our generated information for use to work smart city. This is, for example, like our consumer information, location information, and also sponsor information. So they can use these for a commercial purpose like advertising. For example, they can understand what we are interested in and what we want to buy and where we go, something like that. And also, at the end of the day, they want to gather financial information to market to the target audience. And here's the interesting phenomenon out there related to metaverse smart city. So, for example, like we have been suffering since early 2000, right? 2020, because of COVID-19 pandemic. To announce, to communicate to the citizen, many countries like the US, they're using outdoor advertising as a medium. So let's say this billboard here, this is digitally working, and it says distance is love, to alert people to stay at home, right? So probably you have seen the increase of kiosks out there, right? They can censor the temperature of people pass by, and also they can announce public information like wear a mask, something, all right, and keep a social distance. And certain companies, they use robot to walk around, and then they announce to target people and alert them, right? So this is sort of city communication using digital outdoor advertising. And even in UK, Queen Elizabeth was featured in very big, gigantic digital billboard out there in Piccadilly Circus. So let me sum this up in a way. Let's say our authors came up with the concept of decoration. Decoration is kind of combined word, combining technology and decoration. So using information and technology to add certain meaning and the value to the physical spaces like a smart city. Okay, so decoration is decorating our physical spaces like a smart city using information technology. You got the point, right? So we have been seeing a lot of decoration examples out there wherever you go nowadays, right? Let's say Link Neo is the one of the most famous example out there related to decorations. So they built a lot of digital kiosks out there in urban New York City area, and then they can advertise to make money out of it, of course, but also it provides very convenient benefit to citizens, like when they have emergency and they don't have phone something, sometimes, right, they can give a phone call, and also it provide charging station for smartphone users. Very convenient, and it generates a lot of use nowadays. And even the smaller cities like Columbus, Ohio, you also can see the digital kiosks like that. They can work as a tourist guide, and also they can provide very informational messages to citizens as well as tourists. But increasing digital communication in outdoor spaces, lot of benefit, giving a lot of benefit to us. However, there are big concern about privacy nowadays. Let's say when you go to Shanghai, the circuit camera, CCTV, they can capture people, and they examine whether somebody jaywalk or somebody speed on the road, and also whether criminals walk by, something like that, they can face scan people and then recognize their gender, age, and then their identification at the end. So it's kind of scary in a way, because it invades people's privacy. So let me sum up my presentation shortly. Let's say we are advertising and then we are communicating using digital outdoor advertising metaverse smart city. But they work as a medium to inform us, to communicate to us, to advertise us, but also it can generate economic outcome, like bring tourists to target places and also let them buy something, and then it builds up economy, and also it can build up culture there. Let's say, think about certain places without digital outdoor advertising. So people may believe that the city is kind of boring space, right? Yeah, let's say it adds artistic value to the space, and then it builds up cultural values there. And finally, once we have economy and culture, we can place the placeness of the certain space. So people feel certain value about the place. So finally, at the end of the day, the place becomes landmark and very famous place, right? So people want to go, people want to visit. So here's diagram to tell the topic for today. Let's say we use out of home, digital out of home advertising, and then we do public communications. This is something for to bring up attractiveness to our smart city, and also we can provide a healthy, livable smart city idea to the place, finding attractiveness and the livable smart city idea, and then we build a city with a unique city culture. All right, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the online oral session. I'm Sung-Ho Hwang from Gangwon National University. I'm delighted to host the online oral session. In this session, 32 oral papers from various fields will be announced. The titles of the papers to be presented in this session are as follows. The title of the first paper is Development of a Prototype of Sign Language Understanding using CNN and I3D. Second paper is Motion Analysis and Medicine Taking with Assistive Robot. Third paper is Cyclic Data Flow Modeling for Iiccc 61A50 sample values using Raspberry Pi. Next paper is 3D point cloud addressing structure using Voxel Index. Following paper is substantiation for location image classification model using projective template matching and convolutional neural network. Next is implementation of timestamp changing tool for an anti-forensics. Following paper is latent profile analysis according to the subject selection criteria of general high school students. Next is education program to prevent digital drama through artificial intelligence. Next is teaching core principle of SVM for elementary learners by subject convergent education. Following paper is the effect of Jia Hongshu service quality on loyalty through emotional response of user. Next is a study on the method of collecting and analyzing log data to increase system efficiency. Next paper is a study on business modeling based on B2M. Following paper is collect image data labeling for AI training. Next is AI model for material discrimination based on image recognition. Following paper is a repository utilization system for optimizing maintenance of IIoT-based main point utilities. Next is a smart parking management system using IIoT sensor. Next is a study on 5th-generation specialized network construction types. Following paper is a study on predictive analysis of smart factory map function based on pattern analysis for productivity improvement. Next paper is indoor smart fire detection and response system using IoT sensor. Following paper is a study on algorithm of dataset for smart factory. Next is a study on intelligent control system for heat treatment for aluminum alloy normalizing process. Following paper is a study on establish a public electric vehicle service. Next is image-based intelligent system that supports efficient production management at the manufacturing site. Next is a study on an integrated model of medical device quality management system based on CMMI.